Hello everybody and welcome back to Farm Sim 25 and welcome back to New Frontier Survival Challenge here at Hidden Spring Timbers. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight our goal is simple. You see that little spot down there that we started in the last episode? It's time to make that into a beautiful yard. But before then, we need to make some money. We are broke. And by broke, we have $50,000 in the bank. But we're still broke. Because in order to make the yard the way that we want, we're going to need a lot more money. So, in order to make more money, fortunately for you guys, I already have what was left over here ready to deliver. Probably not going to be a lot of money here. If I had to guess, probably $40,000 to $50,000 worth of wood. But it's better than nothing. And that'll go a little ways towards getting us to where we want to be. But I would like to get some more stuff delivered today in terms of timber so that we can get our yard areas set up. There's going to be some terraforming that needs to be done, so that's usually pretty expensive. And then on top of that, we need to buy a storage area for our equipment, so some sort of garage. We need to be able to buy the sawmill, which is $150,000. And we also, I would like to be able to have a place to store some sawdust or wood chips, because we're going to be needing to do that in the near future as well. So, we've got our work cut out for us. But I appreciate everybody dropping by. Don't forget to make sure you guys slap that like button for me if you guys are enjoying the series as well. I appreciate everybody who keeps coming back and has been enjoying the series with me so far. There's been a lot of new people added to the channel from this, so I appreciate everybody. And yeah, I hope that you guys continue to enjoy for a while to go, because we're nowhere near done. Like, I know we're trying to set things up, and we've got a lot of plans, but we're just getting started, folks. We're just now becoming what I would consider a tier 1 logging company, right? We don't even have all the equipment to be what I would consider tier 1. We do have a truck. We have a way to cut down trees in bulk. We have a way to process those trees and load them in bulk. But yeah, we still have a long ways to go to take that next step. Because we don't even have like a renewable tree source at the moment. Right now, we're just building forests and cutting them down, and then building new forests and cutting them down. I would like to get some sort of forest rotation set up so that we can always have logs to cut down. But we're not there yet. We're getting closer, but we're not there yet. But, first load of the day, well, let's get it in. $43,000, not too bad. Pretty much exactly where we thought it would be, between $40,000 and $50,000. So, not too shabby. We're just under $100,000 in the bank. We know that we're going to need somewhere in the neighborhood of probably $500,000 to $600,000 in the bank to make everything that we want to have happen. But in order to make that work, we need to do some more. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with all the details. I'm gonna get some work done, and then I'll just bring you guys back. We're gonna be doing some jump cuts today because we got to get a lot done. Alrighty, load number 2 is here. This one's a good one. This ought to be at least $60,000. Might even be $70,000. This should be a solid load. Solid load. Let's see how much we get out of this one. Let's back her up a little bit further. There we go. All right, here we go. Load number 2. 60,000. Okay, well, that was right on the cusp of being 60,000, actually. A little bit less than I thought it was going to be honest. But still, 60 grand to 60 grand, and we are that much closer to being able to get the things that we want. All right, here we are. Load number 3. Told you guys we were going to get some money today. And I think this is going to be another good load. Got a little bit of extra in the back. Alright, here we go. How much did we get for this one? Are we over $200,000? Absolutely. $55,000 more in the bank. We're up to $211,000. Not too shabby. All right, and the last load of the day is finally here. This one's a bit awkward because it wasn't the best load that I've ever done. I was kind of rushing through it, but it should still be a decent amount of money. I would say in the $50,000 range, $50,000 to $55,000 range, maybe more, depending on how it actually ended up. But yeah, it should be a decent chunk of money either way. I was correct, $54,000 again. Beautiful. All right, well, let's get back over to the yard area and let's get to building some stuff because we've got $265,000 in the bank, and I want to go ahead and build the big sawmill for ourselves, and we'll go from there. So, see you in a minute. All right, so we've made it back. Let's go ahead and save, and let's figure out how we're going to do this sawmill. Now, you guys know that I wanted to put the sawmill off to the right side, so let's go down to factories and find the sawmill. This is our sawmill. So we are going to bring this out. Now, I want to put this over here, but I want to turn it such that we have... Okay, there is actually a pile here. Okay. Well, I definitely want to have... Okay, so we're going to have to put it up towards this side then. Which is fine. It's gonna deform the terrain quite a bit, and then we're going to have to play around with it to figure out how to fix it. But I think this is a good spot. So let's just go with it right there. Okay. It actually brought it up to the terrain, which is actually kind of what I wanted. So that's fine. Now we're going to have to level the terrain from here to bring everything down a little bit. So we have $113,000 to do this. I'm hoping that we can kind of get away with cheesing this a little bit. I don't need to terraform everything. But if we can bring this down and kind of even everything off, that would be great. So, let's go ahead and try to do that now. So if we go to level, I want to bring this out a little bit. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. Alright, and then we'll do the same thing with this, bringing this over this direction. Just trying to fill in all the little gaps that the game doesn't like for whatever reason. And then we can soften this after the fact. All right. Now we should be able to, in theory, soften this. To kind of blend it all in. A little bit better. That don't look too bad. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now that we've got that down, the next thing that I want to look at will also be trying to get our saw bunker, or the wood chip bunkers, set up. So that'll be the next thing that we look at. So we should be able to go to silos, go all the way down. We should be able to find a bunker silo that I just installed. But it's not actually a bunker silo, it's actually a bulk silo. I don't know exactly where it's going to end up. Just got to keep an eye out. Okay, if it's not there, maybe it's a silo extension. Nope, not there either. Okay, shouldn't be a constructible. It's not considered a container. It's not under tools. It shouldn't be under farmhouses. It's got to be in silos. Unless they consider it a shed. See, I know this would work, the Horman Hall, but we had another one. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Okay, how big is this? All right, so what I was thinking is we can put this like right over here. And you'll see why when we get there. But I'm thinking this is a good spot. So we're going to go ahead and put this as close as we can here. It's only 12,519, so we'll take it. Go ahead and put that down. Going to have to do a little bit more terraforming again. I hate how it did that, to be honest. But it's okay. We can make it work. Whoops. If we go into soften, and we just kind of go through here, soften this up. The idea being... Alright, I think that'll do. Now we've got our bunker here. I'm not gonna lie, I hate how that ended up being a, like a flat spot there. I might try to see if we can raise that up, actually. Let me try something real quick. So if we go level, and we go harsh, can we, in fact, raise this up? Doesn't look like it. Alright, well. We can soften this and just kind of make it not look like crap. Then I'll feel a little better about it. Alright, I think that's probably about as good as we're going to get that. It doesn't look too bad. And this isn't actually an issue here, because what I'm going to end up hopefully doing is getting rid of any wood chips that spawn in here, which I believe is what this is going to do. If we turn this on... So, obviously, we would want to be able to produce wood planks long, short, and beams. And we are going to go ahead and just sell this stuff directly. Actually, I lied. We're not going to sell it directly. We're gonna store everything because we can transport it ourselves. We do have a trailer we can transport, so that's not that big a deal. So we will have this. Now, this thing can hold 50,000 liters of wood, so that'll be the next thing we want to do is bring over some wood for this to make sure that we're up and running. But any wood chips that spawn in here, we should be able to put into this bunker. So what I'm thinking is that we get a conveyor system. That's the idea. So we have $96,000 left. If we get a conveyor, we're going to need two types of conveyors. But first and foremost, I want to be able to get a load of logs over here. We already have some logs sitting over there, so we will just bring them over here and see how that goes. So, be right back with some logs. Alright, so... this is what we had left over. It was about half a truckload. And now for our first ever delivery to our own big sawmill. Mac has no trouble getting in here. I think we did a pretty good job, despite the terraforming trying to screw us over. I think we did an okay job here. Let's go ahead and sell off all of our wood into the sawmill. So that gave us 20,792 liters worth of stuff. Now, I'm not sure if it's just going to place sawdust or wood chips right here in a pile. I don't know how this is going to work. But if it does do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a conveyor over to here. So, let's go ahead and shut down Mac real quick. Let's jump in our big green tractor. I'm going to go ahead and drop the first piece. But we're going to deliver these wood chips to our bunker. Just as a showcase of what I'm thinking. Now eventually we're going to clean up all these stumps, but that's a project for the future. Once we finish cutting down this entire forest, which we still have quite a few of, by the way. Like, I don't want you guys to think that we're almost done with all of those lodgepole. We're about halfway done with the lodgepole pines that we planted. But we get this over here, we'll be able to dump this wood chips into the bunker to store it. And then we also will have any wood chips that come out are going to be storable inside the bunker. And then what we can do is we can get us a front loader with a bucket, or we can use a auger, or a, not an auger, but a, oh, what do you call it? A conveyor. I know I've said this before, but I hate the transmissions sometimes. Alright, I think that'll probably get us close enough, but let me just try to get a little bit better here. Just try to put us as far back as possible. Alright, and if we go here, we should be able to unload our wood chips into our bunker. There we go. And now that we have that, let's look at a conveyor system. So I know that there's conveyors in the game, and I haven't done a lot of work with conveyors, but I know we need one that'll be able to scoop off the ground and one that'll be able to reach up into the air. So we'll need two separate conveyors, but they are capable of being attached if I remember correctly. So if we go to belt systems, we'll need this one. That's $5,000. So we'll grab that. And then I believe we'll need this one here or this one. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure. Wait a second. Hold that thought. What is this? Okay, so this has a dump spot. So you would dump into it, and then it's just an auger. But that is way bigger than we need. This is a drive-over conveyor, which isn't what we need either. So I think it's this one that we need, and this one. So we'll buy this one now. We'll keep it red, that's fine. And then we will also buy this one. Now, this one should allow us to extend upwards and then also attach the other conveyor to it to load this belt with that. That's our goal. All right, so now we need to drop this. Whoops. Let's drive over this direction. We'll drop the wood chipper in the wagon, and we'll go pick up our new belts. Now, like I said, we should be able to, in theory, hook up to both belts at the same time, drag them back, and then when we get here, we'll be able to position them where we want. And worst case scenario, if that's not how the wood chips work for the sawmill, what we'll do is we'll figure it out from there. Because worst case scenario, we just use that to unload the bunker. It's really not that big a deal. So even if it's not going to be good for putting wood chips from our sawmill into the bunker, it'll at least be good for getting wood chips out of the bunker and loading up into a trailer. And then we wouldn't need a front loader and a bucket and do all that nonsense, right? But that is the thought process. But we've accomplished a lot in today's episode. We managed to get a sawmill put down, which is one of the goals that we had. And we also managed to get the bunker silo for the wood chips. Now we're going to get the stuff that's required to unload and load the wood chips into the bunker. And then, in theory, what we could do from there would be to also simply unload our wood chips going forward into an area where they would be picked up by the belt and loaded into the bunker that way. We wouldn't need to go too crazy. Conversely, we could also just sell them straight from the wagon if we wanted to do it that way. But I think now that we have the sawmill up and running again, I think we will be able to get a lot more out of our time. So let's see what we can do here. If we hook up to this side, in theory, we should be able to hook this up to that one. I lied. Alright, it looks like we're going to have to come back. Okay, so the hitch for the other one to hook up to is on this side. Makes sense. Alright, well, it's going to be 2 trips then. When you're used to running this road with Mac and Betsy, like, it really does remind you just how far this trip is every time we make this trip in a tractor. But it gives you time to kind of think about where we've come, where we're currently at. Like, I'm so happy with our progress. Like, I really am. I am very excited about the future. We still like I keep mentioning, guys, we're still a long ways from finishing this. Like, we got a long ways to go. But we're able to see where we're at now versus where we started and see the progress starting to take shape. From just a random plot of land in the middle of the forest to what is becoming quickly a logging empire, the likes of which this region has never seen before, is pretty awesome to behold. Especially when you remind yourself that we're on hard economy. We have done this the hard way the entire time. I think that we've done pretty well for ourselves. My first ever hard economy playthrough, my first ever start from scratch. Like, this has been a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me, and yeah, we're going to continue to make this into something that I think we can all enjoy. All right, let's drop this here and get back across the map to go grab the other little belt. It is almost nighttime. So, yeah, this will be definitely the end of the episode for sure. And I think we'll probably skip forward to the next day just so that we can see what happens with the wood chips. Because, again, I've never done it. I don't know if the wood chips just spawn in a pile right there. I would assume that's how it happens. And if that's the case, then we're perfect. We're going to be able to use the conveyor system to load those wood chips straight into the bunker. It's going to be beautiful. And before we do anything, I do want to test one thing. If I would have grabbed this first, would this have hooked straight up to that and allowed me to pull them both? I bet it does. I should have just grabbed this one first. Because I feel like this would have hooked up to that perfectly. Okay, maybe not. What if I jump into this? Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. I had to try, right? Alright. Now that we're unfolded, the idea would be to bring this over this way. And then we would jump in this one. Raise this up. Alright, so that's not going to work from there. Maybe I will need another conveyor belt section to do what I want to do. So I kind of want to be able to put this directly into the bunker at about the center, which I don't think is going to be an issue. Okay, we may need to do a little bit of leveling on the backside. I apologize. Let's just go ahead and skip forward till we actually get to see. So, let's just go ahead and head back up to the house. Skip forward. Notice there are no bushes in the house. Thank you guys for that. We'll just sleep till the morning so that we can actually see something around here. Kind of wish this was a wraparound porch, I ain't gonna lie. But look at our area. It's taking shape down there. You can see the sawmill. Did we leave the tractor running all night? I think we did. Totally did. Whoopsie. It's alright, though. So... we have produced 3,200 liters of wood chips. But I don't see any wood chips. Oh, is it boxes of wood chips? Well, that ain't what I was expecting, if I'm being honest. Alright, let's get in here to the construction area. I kind of want to level off... Oops. Level off the backside here. Alright. Now that should, in theory, allow us to pull this right up to the edge. Might need to raise that up a little bit more. Actually, I got an idea. If I remember correctly, we actually have ramps. We have ramps in here somewheres. Ah, there they are. Okay, so if we place that there. Now, we bring this up. Should be able to easily go up the ramp. Perfect. Alright. We are going to need another conveyor belt, I believe. Okay, it's not boxes. Okay, so we've got 2 long planks, a couple of pallets of short planks, we got a pallet of beams. So, how do we get this then? Okay. Well, let's get one more conveyor belt. We need the conveyor belt that does the like reach around, which is this one. $18,000. Shouldn't be a problem. Buy it. This is a lot to go for if this doesn't actually work. Might just be wasting money. I think I did it. Oh my god, we did it! Finally! You guys have no idea how long this has taken me. Oh my god. Alright, so we found the perfect spot. We found the perfect spot to make everything work. Oh my god, that was way more obnoxious than I thought it would be. But it works. It actually freaking works. Oh my goodness. We turn off the conveyor belt because we don't need it on all the time. Turn that off. How much wood do we have left in here? 10,000. So it goes through about 10,000 liters of wood every single month, which is definitely something we're going to have to keep an eye on. But we did it, folks. We freaking did it. We've got our sawmill. We've got our wood chip bunker. We've got our conveyors to automatically remove the wood chips from the sawmill and put it in a bunker. It's been a rough go of it, folks. But what matters most is that it's done. Oh my goodness. What a pain in the butt that was. That was absolutely a pain. Alright, let's pull forward, get Mac out of the way here. But on that bombshell, folks, I think it's time to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you guys enjoy. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.